Have you ever watched the sky as storm clouds begin to gather? You hope it will go in another direction, that it's a false alarm. The wind picks up and the smell of rain is in the air. You time the flashes of lightning with the rolling thunder. The signs are there. A storm is on the way. Gracie's cancer approached like a thunderstorm. There were subtle signs that became more ominous, and just like a storm, ignoring the signs wouldn't make it go away. While you can't calm a storm or make cancer go away, there were some things that were in our control. Being together was one of them. Together we faced this diagnosis and surrounded Gracie with all of our love each and every moment of every day. Together we laughed, together we cried, and together we made memories.
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue.
Amazing Gracie's gift strives to give families as much time as they can to be together making memories. Our foundation supports families during their diagnosis by granting wishes or assistance, by holding events at local children's hospitals and the Ronald McDonald House of Albany, and by helping families create memories that will last a lifetime.
When I first started here in January, I was so taken back at what the program of Flashes Hope was, and just introducing it to new families and families that have been here, and they love coming down here and just being pampered with the makeup and getting pictures taken, and it has nothing to do with clinic. They dress up like princesses, or they get a prize, and even bringing the patient, some of the inpatients down to do Flashes of Hope and getting them out of their hospital room and coming down here and being pampered.
Programs like Flashes of Hope are important to especially my family, because when you're going through something like this, you live a new normal. So being able to take photos together as a family is something that reminds us how to be normal again.
I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side, like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to.
And then when I started understanding more about the Beads of Courage, I understood that it was just a wonderful program that the kids could be a part of, and they can earn these. And like I said, one time we had a child, I said, okay, you want to do Beads of Courage? He said, well, what's courage? And so we had to think about what was courage and what were you doing to have courage. What I try to have them understand is at some point you're going to look back at this and you're going to have these wonderful beads that are in this beautiful wooden box, and you're going to be able to talk about what the journey was and how much courage you had each part of this journey and how you earned each bead.
Are you going to pre-K or kindergarten?
Kindergarten.
No way! I love kindergarten!
When our families are in need, Amazing Gracie's gift is there to help you weather the storm. We couldn't do this alone though. For 8 years, our supporters have come together at our events to help support our families. We golf together, we dance together, we laugh together, and we raise money together. Together, we try to be the rainbow in someone's cloud.
Like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath.
At one point or another, darkness will give way to light. Coldness will give way to warmth, and even the worst of pains will give way to healing. For there is a big blue sky waiting just behind the clouds. Until that storm passes, know that we will beat cancer together. We will make memories together. We will cry together. We will be silly together. We will play together. We will get through this together. We will not give up. We will fight together. Alone we are strong, but together we are stronger.
I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me. Now we'll I'll hold on to you. No matter what.
Hi, I'm Nick, and this is my wife Kara, and we're the Pasalacquas, and we are the parents of Leah.
We found out on November 15th, 2017. It's like a day that's etched in my mind forever. She had had colic symptoms for what I would call colic symptoms for about 3 or 4 days. She was a newborn baby, 6 weeks old. This is common. I'm a mom of 3, so I've had other children, and I'm a nurse. So, you know, colic, it happens. And I didn't really think much about it until that, I can only describe it as mom gut and just pure intuition. I said, something's not right. This isn't colic. And so I called the pediatrician and asked, can you see her? And they said, you know, bring her on in. And we brought her in, and they looked at her belly and said, yeah, that looks a little abnormal, but you know, no huge alarm yet. Let's just get an x-ray, see what's happening. And I look across at the screen, and you just see this crowd of people around this screen. It's her x-ray, and there were no recognizable organs. There was just 2 little lungs and just white. He started telling me that there's something wrong with my daughter, and the next words I heard were, she has cancer. And I said, okay, what kind? Stage 4 neuroblastoma. And I said, excuse me, how did you diagnose her with cancer off of a CAT scan, stage 4 with metastasis? Like, how is this happening? She's 6 weeks old. I just brought her home. She was fine. She was smiling. And the next moments that transpired were even scarier than hearing the words, your daughter has cancer. It was, she has cancer, and that we don't really have much time. Leah went through her treatment of chemotherapy, and miraculously, after 2 months of receiving chemo, she was brought home in December. So just about 2 months after diagnosis, and her reports showed that she was pretty, not clear, but the disease had shrunk so much that this was extremely favorable. And so we said, oh my gosh, like, how did we get so lucky? She's gonna be fine. This is what the textbooks say, this is what our doctors say, and her cancer, the remaining cancer, is just gonna go away.
But it put us in a bit of a catch-22 at that point.
Yeah.
Because the cancer had responded so well to the first 2 rounds of chemotherapy that it had now shrunk so much that we went from a position where it was growing too fast and too big and too kind of involved with the liver that people were too scared to biopsy it, to a point now where it had responded so well and had shrunk so much that it was too small and people were too scared to biopsy it because they could miss.
So we spent several really awesome months in the summer, and then that really weird mom gut feeling came back that I had several months prior. There was no one red flag. It was just a feeling that something wasn't right with Leah again. And we got a second opinion at Sloan Kettering in New York City. We got back to our room, and we had a really nice afternoon and got the phone call from our oncologist in New York, and she asked if we were sitting down, and you know, my heart just raced. I said, okay, what's happening? She said that speck has grown from speck to 4 centimeters in a matter of weeks. Like, it was growing fast. So within the week, we were back.
Yeah, we were back down there. I think her surgery was August 9th.
Yeah, August
2018. 9th. They went in and it was a 9.5 hour surgery.
So being a critical care nurse, I knew what this post-operative period looked like. It was going to include drains and endotracheal tubes and epidural catheters and just
chest tubes.
I mean, every type of tube that you could have, she was going to have it. I was thinking, how is an 11-month-old going to do this? I mean, she could die in this surgery. It was just horrifying. So the good news is Leah, in true warrior fashion, she pulled out her endotracheal tube in the OR, got up on all fours, looked around, came back to the room with half of her tubes out.
Fast forward to recovery room, and she's sitting there, and the surgical team comes in to check on her, and she just sits up and starts waving at them, and we're like, what is this not supposed to be happening? And he just looked and said, she should be like comatose from the anesthesia meds still. Like, we've never seen this. He said, you have an incredible little girl right there. Gracie's gift has helped us from very early on, and been just an amazing support for our family. You know, providing financial support, emotional support, reaching out when they see things going on, helping us make memories. It shows that they kind of are acting from experience because they know kind of what to say, when to say it, how to say it. So that really shines through, that they were in our shoes. And so they know what they wanted or what was helpful or comforting to them. Foundations like Amazing Gracie's Gift, it's all about the help. It's all about what they can do for the families, for the kids, for the siblings, for the extended family, or how they can help lighten the burden or lighten the stressors, or the worries about, well, we can't provide this memory for the kids this year. Well, yes, you can. We honestly can't thank Amazing Gracie's Gift Foundation enough for all of the support on all levels that they've provided to our family from day one.
So we have 3 children. Avery is 6, Aaron is 3, and Leah is turning 2 next week. So
that's right.
They are a fun bunch.
They are for rent anytime you want, for free. No.
They are a wild, fun crew.
They keep us on our toes, for sure. Can you say hi? This is Leah.
This is Leah.
Can you say hi? Can you blow kisses?
No matter what this world will throw, it won't shake me loose. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you.
Dear Gracie, I am so thankful for our time together, as together was your favorite place to be. We didn't have time to wait for the storm to pass. Instead, we learned to dance in the rain. Through each storm we faced, we stuck together, made memories, and knew that one day it would pass. And when our storm passed, things were different. We may have weathered the storm together, but we came out of the storm without you here. Our storm changed us, changed our family, and changed this community. We don't know how we made it through it, how we managed to survive, or if the storm is really over. But one thing was for certain. We came out of the storm with an army of people to honor, remember, and to help others in your memory. Gracie, please help our supporters to remember that together we can do amazing things. Together we will help, support, and surround our families with love. Together we will beat cancer. Together we are stronger. Together we will keep fighting. I love you, my Gracie. Together we were amazing. And know that one day, together is where we will be.
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue.